What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at these Rick Owen Ramone Hexas from the Dark Shadow line. I'll be talking to you guys about a bunch of cool stuff, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys is where I bought these. So I only buy my shoes from GOAT. I've only bought one other pair of shoes though, and of those two experiences, my experiences have been good every single time. The only thing that I don't like about GOAT is how long it takes to ship, but you know, that's just kind of a nitpick for me because when I buy something online, for some reason I expect it to be at my house like that. So that's like the only gripe I ever have, but the process is really easy. It ships to the GOAT facility to be authenticated, and then after it's authenticated, it gets shipped to me. So it's very easy. It's very reliable. I trust GOAT a lot. I really only buy my shoes and clothes from Grailed or GOAT. So whenever I do things like that, those are those two websites that I trust if you guys wanted to know my opinion on things like that. But now that we're past that, let's talk pricing a little bit. So I bought these shoes a couple months ago, and back then the prices were a bit down. I think these are a bit higher up. I'm actually going to check GOAT right now and see what they're at right now. Okay, so about a few months ago, I bought these, I think, for a little over 500. I think they're around maybe like 520-ish. When I bought them. Right now, currently, for new inbox with GOAT first verification, it's $774. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is sizing. The sizing of these shoes is very different because this was the first shoe that I've taken a look at that was like a foreign size. These are made in Italy, and these are EU size. There's a difference between UK size and EU size, believe it or not. And when buying these shoes, I kind of got all over the place with those because I didn't realize there were two different types of sizings, and I ended up getting a size 44 in EU, and they do fit me very, very nicely. I heard that Rick Owens do fit large, and these still do fit like a tiny bit big on me, but honestly, with all the features inside the shoe and how it molded to my foot over time, honestly, it doesn't fit too big anymore. It feels very secure on my foot. However, I feel like if you guys were to buy these shoes, you need to size one size down. I feel like that is the good consensus with a lot of Rick Owens shoes anyways, and that's kind of what I've seen watching videos and doing a bit of research on Rick Owen Ramones for this video. So one size down is what you should be going for sizing as these shoes goes. Now let's talk about some of the cool features that I like on the shoes, and we obviously got to talk about the lacing. Now this style of lacing is not anything new to the Rick Owens line. This lacing has been around for a while. It's a different shade of color than the outsole, but honestly I don't mind how it looks. This is the same color as you'd see on like the mega lacing on like the pants or the other more higher end mainline styles of shoes. And as you can see, it has that signature Hexa style look to it, which I absolutely love. I thought this wasn't going to be as functional as normal lacing like you would see on the standard Ramones, but since it does tie around sort of the top of the shoe and you can tie it in a knot right here, it fits pretty much the same as a regular shoe would, which is really nice. This has a nice big tongue, and it's gusseted really, really high. And in fact, it's gusseted all the way to the top right here, which is really nice if you care about getting water in your shoe. Having a high gusseted tongue will prevent any other abrasive items or corrosive things, water, get into your shoe. Now, since this is a canvas style shoe, it's not going to be as water resistant as the main lines, which are made out of leather, but this will stop any water from going through the tongue in there with that high gusseted tongue. Now, there are two holes at the bottom. This is mainly for breathability and also used in olden times for boots whenever water would get inside to help water escape the boot, which is kind of a cool thing. Another thing that I do like about the shoe is the zipper. I know a lot of boots, especially higher quality boots, don't have zippers. It's very easy to put on the shoe, and you really don't have to try too hard to fit your foot in this thing. I have a pair of platform Doc Martens. If you guys want to see a video on those, I will talk about those, but I do not like putting them on because they have no kind of zipper in them, and the leather is just terrible on those Doc Martens. It's just awful. I know Doc Martens are super popular and whatever, but the leather on them is just not as good as people make it out to be. The one thing I hate about the Doc Martens so much is that it's super hard to put them on, and the one thing I wish would have been on there is the zipper, because it is super easy to put these on, because once I just undo the laces, undo the zipper, and slip my foot in, it's super tight when I zip it up. It's super nice and very easy to put on. As far as other features go, I do like how there's a few dark shadow logos all over the place. There's one at the bottom of the outsole. There's a nice little picture of Rick Owens illustrated on the tongue right there. Pretty nice. There's also an embossed dark shadow logo on the insole. And speaking of the insole, we should probably talk about that. Now, this is a leather insole, and the one thing that I really do like about leather insoles is that they mold to your foot over time as you wear them. And that's one of the great things about this shoe, is that with leather insole, it might seem a bit clunky and a bit big when you wear it for the first few times, but as you wear it, it will mold to your foot and create a custom fit for you. And that's the one thing I really like about the shoe, because over the time that I've worn this, it's become more and more accustomed to my foot and made this a more enjoyable wear every single time. It is super fun to wear these shoes, and I love them to death. One thing I do like about these shoes is that they can clean up pretty easily thanks to this outsole material. This is pretty similar to a lot of the TPU almost rubber style materials that you would see in more higher end shoes. Pretty similar to the material of the Balenciaga Trooper boots, if you guys have experience with that. Every so often I take like a Kleenex wipe to just wipe down all the scuffs and stuff, but honestly, if you take the time, you can probably just rub your finger on some of the scuffs and they will start to go away. They do occasionally take the hint of some of your jeans that you're wearing. If you're wearing jeans that go all the way down, like super low jeans that go all the way down to the heel, they will rub a little bit and kind of take the hue of the jeans into the outsole. But again, if you just rub it with your fingers a little bit or take it to a cleaning towel, it will go away pretty quickly. That's the only thing I don't like about these shoes. Other than that, I really do like a lot of the things about it. Now, one of the biggest differences between these and the main lines is that these are canvas. The main lines will be made out of leather, and there will be some differences in the outsole. And I've also heard that there's a bit of a height difference as far as the dark shadows versus the main lines go. But besides that, the really big difference is the cost. Now, the dark shadow line is more of a diffusion of the main line and more or less designed to be a bit more acquirable to those who aren't looking to spend as much money on the main lines, but wanting to get an idea of the interpretation of a Rick Owens shoe. Now that we talked about the shoe itself, we should probably talk about the box. So the box is a pretty standard shoe box. It has one dark shadow logo that is on the box. It also has the information of the shoe on the side, and on the inside you get a tote bag that has the dark shadow logo on it. These are just used to carry the shoes if you choose to, you know, carry them around, or if you're just going to go somewhere but not wearing those shoes. This is pretty typical with a lot of higher end shoes, especially like Balenciaga shoes, if you've ever messed with those. Very common for you to get a tote bag in a higher end shoe like this. I really do like these shoes. I think they go well with a lot of my fits, especially if you're in more of a black and white style shoe person. This is a very nice shoe. It's very heavy, very high quality. The canvas is super thick, and these honestly don't get very dirty. I've worn these out in the mud, in the dirt, and in the dusty areas of my state, so these hold up very well. I've worn these through snow, and they've done just fine. So these are pretty nice shoes, and they have stood the test of time over the last few months. I would say these shoes are a very good purchase if you are into Rick Owens and are looking to invest in a pair of shoes, especially if you're looking to save a bit more money and see what it's like before you invest that money into a pair of main lines. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you slap that like button, and peace out.